present form was born.
The registered office and head office of Indian Potash Limited is situated in Chennai. Managing Director's office at New Delhi is a key office for planning, implementation, coordination, liaison, and other aspects of functioning of the organization. The company has 15 regional offices throughout the country, responsible for providing marketing services through a widely spread network. IPL has a 480-member workforce of dedicated, motivated, trained, and competent personnel who keep abreast of the changing market scenarios as well as all the latest agricultural developments. They maintain a constant interface with various channels and farmer, who is our ultimate consumer. Our specialized team of devoted field officers provides consistent, individualized guidance to the farmers, thus playing a decisive role in influencing them on the balanced use of fertilizers and adoption of modern agricultural practices in tending crops.
In last visit, I advised you to use balanced fertilizer, that is DAP, MOP and urea, in the banana farming. Did you get any benefit?
पोटाश डीएपी हमें जमीन की फसल
After using the balanced fertilizer, the fertility of soil increased to a great extent. Moreover, the quality of banana improved a lot. This time the weight and color is also very fine.
Have you ever sent the soil samples for analysis?
Yes, I have already sent.
Okay. After testing the soil in our laboratory, we shall be sending you the result in your address.
They ensure doorstep availability of MOP, urea, DAP, rock phosphate, gypsum, ammonium sulfate, single superphosphates, etc. IPL recognizes the potential of its employees and believes in providing fulfilling careers. It ensures that exceptional performance is matched with limitless opportunities. Regional office at Ahmedabad is an important office to handle imports and distribution of potash and other fertilizers from Gujarat ports. IPL is one of the major suppliers of fertilizers in the state, as 90% of the state's total requirement of potash is met by IPL.
We are importing all kinds of fertilizer through our various ports of the Gujarat, namely Kandla, Bhavnagar, Pipa Bhav, Jamnagar, etc. And this is not only being supplied to Gujarat state, it is also being dispatched to all other states around Gujarat.
IPL has a specific mandate to increase the use of potash and thereby promote the balanced application of fertilizers. The company dedicates itself to maintaining all India network to ensure timely availability of potash in all parts of the country and at farmers' doorstep. Intensive educational, research and sales promotional activities and coordination with Central State Department of Agriculture and universities. Assessment of yearly demand based on consumption trends, cropping pattern, development potential, etc. Ensuring timely arrivals by coordinating with Departments of Agriculture, Department of Fertilizers and other line departments of Government of India for sales to farmers as well as to meet the demands of complex fertilizer manufacturers. Also works as a canalizing agency for import of urea on behalf of Government of India. IPL, through its vision combined with its imagination, planning and organization, could achieve substantial and gratifying results in promoting the use of potash in particular and balanced use of fertilizers in general for increasing crop production. This has been possible through a well-convinced strategy for dissemination and transfer of improved technology through appropriate extension media programs such as Farmers Training and Education, Field Days, Farmers Conference, seminars, camp meetings, technical literature, on-farm demonstration, audiovisual programs, soil testing, research, coordination, etc. Consequently, the imports, sales, consumption and annual turnover of MOP, DAP and urea have had a phenomenal increase during the last 10 years.
From 70 to 91-92, when the government of India decided to decontrol and decanalize potassic fertilizers, IPL had seen to it that use ratio of N, P and K came as close as possible to the ideal ratio of 4:2:1.
The application of potash is done after the soil has been well prepared and even when the shoots have sprung up. The requirement of potash is maximum during the fast growth stages, especially at the tillering and panicle initial stages. Potash, nitrogen and phosphorus are mixed in a prescribed proportion to make the balanced fertilizer for different crops as per recommendations. And now feeding the soil and plants with potash mix. NPK had been used in this demonstration plot. The results are evident. If India is fortunate enough in having vast areas of land available for agriculture, its farming community is also perceptive by its readiness to utilize the modern technology and fertilizers with obvious good results. The IPL audiovisual van is here with IPL officials and scientists. They are to call a Chaupal meeting. Villagers from the few villages in the neighborhood are invited to the meet. It is a free and informal talk session. The farmers put forth their problems, questions and queries, which the IPL officials endeavor to answer or clarify. The discussions cover different aspects of agriculture and farming. The farmers benefit greatly from the knowledge so gained. India has no known source of potash. An entire requirement of the country is met through imports mainly from CIS countries, Jordan, Israel, Germany and Canada. Potassium is widely distributed abundantly in the Earth's crust. It occurs both as indigenous rocks as well as sedimentary deposits formed by the evaporation of seawater. Though capacity for nitrogenous and phosphates has rapidly expanded in India during last 2.5 decades, but the demand outpaces the availability, and import of urea and DAP is made to bridge the gap between demand and availability. IPL has over the years attained the status of leading importer of potassic and non-potassic fertilizers. Indian Potash Limited efficiently handles fertilizer shipment of more than 2 million tons per annum at all the major and minor ports in the country. The real strength of the company lies in its standing stevedoring, clearing and forwarding arrangements at all the ports, matching infrastructure, port godowns, mobile packing plants, etc. at the shores and inland storage facilities of more than 500 strategic locations. In fact, IPL's indefatigable spirit and competence truly came alive with the challenge it faced in the year 1977-78 when unionized labor at the major ports paralyzed fertilizers handling by holding the government to ransom. The government then requested IPL to handle fertilizer vessels at the intermediate and minor ports where there was absolutely no infrastructure like flotilla, transit sheds, rail links or even proper motorable roads. IPL accepted this Herculean challenge and not only successfully handled the operations but also saved millions of rupees in foreign exchange for the government of India. In fact, thereafter the aggregate handling costs became